Matt, a disappointing result this evening. What is your initial assessment of that?
It was a scrappy, messy game, very little quality in it. But I'm really disappointed with the goal before half-time. To go in behind where it was an even encounter with little creation from both teams. That was a real difficult one to take, because then we got to chase the game in the second half. They can get a lot of bodies behind the ball and slow the game down, but we allowed them to do that with that one moment before half time. So that's really frustrating on our part, because we could have dealt with that situation better than we did. And like I say, they've got something to hold on to, and we're then chasing the game, and something we didn't do very effectively.
I guess a goal like that completely changes your half-time team talk.
It does, but we needed more. We needed more quality, but we needed to get to the ball first and foremost, and just be a bit more willing to get off our heels and get on our toes a little bit, and just be in the action a bit more. Like I say, a few more willing runners in certain areas of the pitch. We maybe didn't quite have it in our legs to do that often enough tonight, but that was what the game required. And like I say, we go in at 0-0 and it's a totally different game, because they've got to change as well as much as we're changing in the second half, and as desperation sets in, then you concede a second. But we didn't also get the ball in the box often enough in that second half, and we very rarely beat a man 1v1 all night.
We can see, different changes of shape that you tried, bringing off MJ and Randall quite early.
Look, they're out on their feet. Randall's, he's tired from the weekend. It's probably a risk starting him, to be fair. He wasn't particularly effective tonight, so that might have been a mistake on my part, but you want your best players on the pitch for as much as you possibly can. But that was the game situation, and when we changed shape we got more joy, but we still get enough out of the three centre forwards on the pitch at the end of the game, and the ball's in and around the certain areas of the pitch, but we just didn't quite do enough. And whether it was quality or competing, the one moment we did really get the ball in the opposition box, we scored, but it was too little too late.
Obviously facing a side as well that was fighting for their lives down the bottom, it was never going to be easy for us.
No, but we gave them something extra in terms of that goal. Like I say, I think it was down in this corner that the centre half was chasing towards the touchline, and it's just too easy in terms of the clearance, and it ends up with a breakaway from the halfway line, and it's almost a counter-attack where we're in a fantastic position to stop it at source. So I'll have to show the lads that, because the importance of that moment is absolutely huge. And like I say, it changed the half-time team talk, it changes everything we do in the second half, and we're chasing the game. Like you said, we're changing formation, we're changing personnel. We're doing things which don't really suit our way of playing, but it's desperation, because we need to just get the ball in a certain area of the pitch, and we couldn't quite do that often enough.
Do you think the fact that there was probably less space on the pitch is probably the reason why it was a complete contrast to Saturday? Yeah,
but Cambridge are a different team to Barrow. Cambridge are, no disrespect to Barrow, a footballing team. They played a ball on the floor, so a lot more structure, a lot more fluid. It was a much more fluid game at the weekend. Today it was stop-start. You felt how many times the ball was out of play and we're trying to get it back in. But even when we got hold of the ball, we didn't quite use it enough. And like I say, we almost didn't have it on our legs to beat a player or even deliver with any quality tonight. Very rarely can I remember the occasions where we got the ball where we needed to, and it certainly didn't happen often enough. It happened last minute, and we scored off the back of it. But even the set pieces were poor.
It happens, doesn't it, so often when you're pushing for that equaliser, you get caught out.
I've got no problem with the second goal. I've got no problem. No, let's be honest, we needed to get back in the game. I've got three centre forwards on the pitch, so I've got no problem in terms of conceding that second goal whatsoever. It's the first one which is the key moment. But ironically, then after that, we still got a goal ourselves, but there was just no time left in the game. Like I say, it's desperation, and the hardest thing to do is to score against a team with bodies behind the ball. We do it so well when we've got 10 men, 9 men. When you fill up certain areas of the pitch, then you've got to have either real quality or real pace and power to beat people, and unfortunately we didn't quite have the personnel to do that tonight.
Saturday we face another side scrapping. I know Phil Brown was here watching this evening. Southend, they're going to be similar task to this, team fighting for their lives.
Yeah, everyone's fighting. Cambridge were fighting for something at the weekend. We were fighting for something tonight. Like I say, it's still execution at certain times, and like I say, whether you can call it naivety and experience, I will show the players that first goal, because it was such a big moment. There was nothing in that game, no quality. I can hold my hands up, no quality. The sun was shining in our back forward's eyes, Jockel's eyes. Our delivery forward was poor. We didn't quite have enough top end of the pitch, but we still did enough to be in level. And then we got a chance to sort it out in terms of the second half, but it was a huge moment, and we've got to understand the magnitude of that, because we can't let that happen again in the remaining 6 games.
Thank you.